I'll take my last.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have kind of a really fun and big event, and we get the live world premiere of the movie Revisitant.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we have these special guests with us today. This is John, the director of the Visitant and Revisitant,
buddy.
and also Lisa, the producer, and also has a small role in kind of both of them. So they're joining us. They have some cast as well that's going to hop on and say hi and share some fun experiences. But this is their day. Congratulations so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for kicking us off. A world premiere. This is awesome. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
we're very honored to have you. And Visitant has been quite a success on our channel. It's been, it's one of our most popular films we've ever had, with 7.5 million views. And then, we did that little relaunch of it to kind of let people get a chance to watch it, and let you guys chat and share some fun stuff. So that was a great time. So thank you for joining us for that and letting us do that.
That was great. Great.
So let's get started. Let's chat a little bit about. I mean, let's start with The Visitant because it's such a staple on our channel and it's a big film and it leads to what we're doing today. Um,
Yes.
how did The Visitant come to be?
Well, first of all, we did a movie called Scare Zone, and Scare Zone was about a haunted attraction that had a killer nested in it, and you didn't know if the people were actually dying or not. Anyways, it was a big project. We shot it at Universal in a
Oh
sound
wow,
stage and everything,
wow.
and we distributed it, and we didn't make much money. And I told my wife I really enjoyed doing that. I'd like to really do another movie. And Lisa goes, yeah, we want to do another movie. And she says, okay, you got 1/10 the budget, because we're using our own money.
That's right. We
Right.
So
self-funded,
self-funded.
self-financed.
So we
Yeah.
went from here with, and I know I have some Scare Zone investors. They go, yeah, I know, my butt's still hurting from uh, but so we had very little. So we were like, what are we going to do? And Lisa has some really interesting ghost encounters. And I was like, I think we can shoot this in my house. So, it was one of those things where be careful what you say, because my wife, Shona, who's probably watching, hi, Shona, she was like, okay, little tiny budget. And we're like, okay, we're going to shoot at our house. And she was like, what? Well, you said. So anyway,
Small cast,
yeah,
one location. Well, actually two locations, but mainly one location.
mainly one location.
And we were able to bring it in really affordably.
Yes.
Um,
So, and it's because of you guys that it blew up. And in the comments, a lot were like, okay, that ending, what,
Yeah.
what happens from here? So we took it from the ending on. So we did that.
That's right.
So, and in that particular case, we said, look, I can't shoot too much at my house for the script. So where'd we shoot at?
Oh, so it's your turn this time. It's your house that was
Right.
invaded.
And actually, Revisitant, the script for Revisitant is something that John worked on while we were living in Shanghai, working on Shanghai Disneyland. We did a big attraction for that
Oh,
park.
wow.
We're in the theme park business.
That's our real work.
That's our day job.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then when we get enough money, we gather it together. We go, let's make a movie. Let's make a movie.
We could see ourselves, or we could do this. Let's do this. This is
that
fun.
that's very interesting. If you don't mind, what kind of do you do there? Because that's also
Okay,
extremely
well,
interesting.
if you've been in Los Angeles and you've seen the Waterworld attraction,
Oh, yes.
we wrote and conceived and designed that. We didn't install it. In Shanghai, we did an attraction that was based off of Pirates of the Caribbean, which is got pirates and a Johnny Depp character running
The
around.
giant wind tunnel,
Flying
Wow.
wind tunnel, people flying,
Yeah.
free flying over the stage.
In
Really
Orlando
cool.
here, we've got the pleasure to work on a Bourne show, a Bourne themed show. So we've worked with a lot of intellectual properties. And the thing is when you do that, you're really, have to adhere to the vision of the creators of that property. It's their
Right.
IP. So you got to honor that. When in this case, like the Visitant and the Revisitant, a lot of people will go, well, why did you do it this way? And we'll go,
Because we wanted to. Do
it's
it.
ours. It's our property.
Yeah, we can
This is
do
where
whatever we
wanted
want.
to tell.
Yeah, you
So it's freeing for us because you really have to adhere to things when you're dealing with these large, very successful IPs, and then we get to do our thing. So that's what we do for a day job. But then we do like to pull those together. And I got to say that in the theme park industry, there are some fantastic actors,
Mhm.
stunt people, and also choreographers and directors and everything
Right.
else. So we pull a lot from that group. They're very talented.
That's really really interesting. Very cool. Um, Man, that's a kind of a fun surprise to hear. I definitely know the Waterworld attraction, and
Oh, yeah.
it's I'll
Yeah,
absolutely love
that's how we show how old we are.
Yeah,
We
we're
worked on
old.
Waterworld. Didn't it celebrate its 25th anniversary? Shut up!
Yes, it did.
it. That's fantastic. Well, very cool. And Lisa, I know we've chatted about it a little bit, and you guys did a really cool promo intro, where you kind of explained some things about like some of your experiences that led to creating the Visitant that John exploited, as he says, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we were working on working our day job on Ghosts and Legends of the Queen Mary, and it was at a point where we were going into the bowels of the ship alone quite frequently with cameras and trying to locate spaces where we could do the attraction. We actually ended up building a 40-person elevator so that we could bring people all the way down to the bottom of the ship. And during that time, we all experienced some hauntings. But the night of opening, I brought my oldest daughter, Amy, who's also in Revisitant, to the ship. She was only 6 months old. I brought her on the ship because the ship has a hotel. We spent the night.
Wow.
And that moment, my house went crazy with this spirit, Stephen, who was said, I'm connected to your daughter. We both died in the war. And it's been insane.
Wow.
This entity's been kind of connected to my family since that, 20, we're going on 22 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
very, very
crazy.
interesting.
And, maybe someone will ask Amy about it when she comes in for her piece, because she can tell you her part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got this T-shirt, so
Yes. We
By
love
the way,
that
that's a
t-shirt.
shout out to Lin from China. She's one of our Chinese producers when we work in China. And look, it's in Chinese. I'm the director in Chinese. Okay.
All right. So that says director in Chinese as well as director underneath it.
I believe so. Either that or it's idiot or dork. And she's like right now
We don't
going.
know for sure.
It's actually kind of funny. My wife is Chinese. She's actually from Shanghai. But
nice.
she's
We
told
love
me,
Shanghai.
yeah,
Shanghai.
Oh, tell her we said Shanghai.
Shanghai.
yeah, she corrects me about everything I say. So, but she's told me in the past, like she's like, she'll show me tattoos, where people get like, Chinese writing, but they think it means something and it's not, like the tattoo artist does like these. It was kind of a funny thing.
Hey,
True.
hold on, I gotta check
true.
something.
You did not get any, so I think we're okay.
Another shout out, by the way, to Stephen DeWoody, who was a co-writer on The Visitant and Revisitant, who is also in China. He is not Chinese, but he's out there working on a couple of our projects. So Stephen, if
Hello,
you're seeing
Stephen.
this and it's 5 o'clock in the morning your time,
And we have another Stephen. There's a lot of Stevens in Revisitant and the Visitant. And we have another Stephen O'Connor, who is the awesome composer for Revisitant
and The Visitant as
and
well.
the Visitant, and did great work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
so he's in Mexico. So Steve, so we got Mexico, China.
So
Well,
you
I
were
don't know
able to
China's
bring
watching,
back
but
a good portion of the family for
Sometimes
Revisitant,
you're
right?
watching,
worldwide.
That's pretty cool that you're able to bring back, a lot of people you worked with from Visitant to Revisitant.
Oh yes, and in fact, we'd like you to say hello and chat with Sally is here with us, and Sally was the real estate agent who was all freaked out in the beginning, and we bring Sally back because they're trying to put this all together, so they end up getting Sally. So Sally's here if you want to chat with her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we'll come and go and stuff like that. We're gonna sit on the couch.
We'll sit behind
right.
Sally so she can have a close up.
Yeah. Okay. And Sally's a very accomplished actor, and I'm going to sit you in this chair right here, and I'll position you. Sally, now you recognize her? Does she look?
I definitely do.
She's younger here.
Yeah. Hi, Sally. Hi.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you. Everyone, this is Sally. She was in Visitant and now is in Revisitant again.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started with Visitant and what that experience was like and how this one is.
Yeah, well, so I got the call from my agent, and it was interesting because this is all before COVID, but I don't know if John and Ben remember, but I did my audition through Skype.
Okay.
So that was brand new, and it's kind of cool because I could kind of cheat a little bit with my script down below the screen. But she was really fun because she's a crazy tormented woman, it's just, great, I get to actually do this in real life instead of just like, have it in my head. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
And that was that's like the opening scene of Visitant, right? Like you're seeing, yeah, that's really great. It's creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Yeah,
And
that's
then
fantastic.
Up at the end, and that's the phone call, where it's all figured out that, oh, I got it from you.
I did it. I was Typhoid Mary. I was
You're the one wreaking havoc on all these nice people.
but but I lived a year, keeping it all to myself. So I just kind of decided to share the torment.
We have someone in the chat. Go Gigi Go is their name. They say, "Hi Sally, it's Cindy here. You look great."
Oh,
So
hi Cindy. Thank you.
yeah, we have some people in there that are saying hi. Catherine Kraft says hello. She worked for John and Lisa in the office admin.
Oh, nice.
So they're on hi and saying hello. Yeah, that's fantastic. So when you found out that you guys were going to make a sequel, Revisitant, did you expect to be back? Did you, how?
Well, I was thinking about it. I'm like, Lee doesn't die. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, forget you're out.
In the first one, Lee doesn't die, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that I would come back. So it was just really cool to get to reprise a character because, I'm like, oh, you guys, I kind of cut my hair, so you think it's okay because it's been a year since, or whatever the time frame was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like really fun. And like, and then because I'm not the one being tormented in this. I'm sorry. I just had it was just a lot of fun. And with these guys too. And it's just the whole crew and everything. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
Sally got a chance to actually have some zinger lines. She got a little bit of comedy in this one because she's the one that's makes the side comments every once in a while. So she had some of the best lines actually.
Yeah, you guys, play that very well. You write a line with both films of like it. It's scary. It's very entertaining, but also has some humor. But then also gets right back to being pretty scary and disturbing. So it's really cool. You guys, the way you mix those elements, very entertaining.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sally. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for stopping by,
Take care.
Sally.
We'll be seeing you.
Congratulations, by the way.
45 minutes. And so not only do we have Sally, but we also have Tracy.
Okay.
And Tracy was the friend that was always on the phone with the terrible ring phone that
Right.
everybody hates. I hate that ring phone.
I love it actually, but I know it's some
and,
people.
And it was not her ring phone. It was me. It's all my fault for the ring phone. But Tracy's going to come in and she's just going to chat with you for a second.
Hi, Tracy.
And she is also in Revisitant, of course, because she has now been tormented for a year. Anyway, let me put her on my chair. Have a seat.
I just want to dance. Hello.
Yeah. Hello,
Tracy.
Tracy. Very nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, you are fantastic in Visitant and Revisitant. And your character plays a pretty cool role in the story, right? You're kind of a little bit of the expert of things. So I don't. Yeah. So I'd like tell us a little bit about everything, about how you got involved with the first one and this one.
No, I'm very fortunate. I met these guys on Visitant. I auditioned like everybody else and got it through my agent, and very grateful because now it's become a family, really.
Yeah.
I was just saying when they did their last film because of Charlie, I'm like, I kept seeing stuff on social media. And I'm like, I should just crash this party. Why am I not on that set? But because of COVID, I couldn't. But had it not been for COVID, I totally would have crashed that party and just been hiding in the bushes. Working with these guys is awesome. It's been really fun. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to act, which is my favorite thing on the planet, and be able to do it with people that I enjoy doing it with,
That's fantastic. And you do it very well. You are
Thank you.
very talented actress.
Tracy is, I'm just going to add,
Okay.
Tracy in the ads, when you see it, you see her getting bit on the neck by an entity. And I just want to let you know, we had a lot of fun when we shot all these scenes. We shot like 1, 2, 3, about half the day. And then somebody said, where's her bandage for her neck? Like,
Oh, yes.
Continuity.
Yeah, we did like 4 hours and then we had to redo a bunch of scenes because we forgot. Whoops.
Did
we
you
had
have
too much fun. That's the problem with working with family.
That's right.
Sometimes you have too much fun and forget.
So you guys did have to go back and reshoot a good amount of stuff because of that. It wasn't able to hide it.
Oh yes. Oh yes. But yeah, good times. A lot of good times.
Yeah, those things happen when you make movies. Continuity is a big deal, and it's very easy to somehow miss. Sometimes, occasionally.
Have you seen Revisitant yet, or
Yes.
are you going to watch it now?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm excited for everyone else to get to enjoy it with us, and I'm excited for the responses. Like John said, the way the Visitant ends, and kind of to what I was saying before, is like it just, you guys all have this great chemistry, and the movie has a fun vibe, but also the creepy vibe too, and then it just kind of ends. You're like, oh shit. it's fun to see what happens next. It's fun to see, as it continues on, and that's really cool.
And the other thing I just wanted to add was, in The Visitant, the tone is very different because everyone's isolated. It's a film where everyone's isolated. No one's really communicating.
Right.
But in Revisitant, with Tracy's character, things change because now information is being shared.
The world opens up a little bit.
Right.
Don't give it away, Lisa.
No,
Do not give it away.
Girl power.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
No, but super, super fun. I do want to share one part of the story. I mean, you're not
Please,
asking
yeah.
me, but I'm telling
No,
you anyway.
sure.
There was a part in the film, which you will see, but that something happens with Jade's character. And I remember it was a really scary part of the film. And we cut and I went back to the green room and the makeup artist was like, wow, you were so in the moment. You were so great. And I looked at her and I was like, that was not acting. Like that, I was 100% terrified in the moment.
Right.
And it's just cool because I love horror films, and to be able to live it and actually be terrified in the script was kind of cool.
That's
So.
fantastic. Since you said you love horror films, I won't put you on the spot too much, but do you have a favorite genre or film?
The Exorcist, hands
The
down.
Exorcist. Okay. Well,
I grew up Catholic, so I believe, but don't want to believe,
Right.
but I believe.
yeah.
So all this stuff is completely terrifying to me. But
Yeah. And The Exorcist scared the crap out of a lot of us when we were too young to watch it.
Next film, you're peeing on a carpet. I swear to God.
I will pee on a carpet for you. Whoa.
Tracy.
I'm done. 'Cause,
It's here now. Bye. It was very nice meeting you, Tracy. Thanks.
We keep them coming. We want to keep people entertained here. Let's go.
It's like
Thank you,
speed
Tracy.
dating.
Awesome.
I love it.
Anyway, hold on just 1 second. I'm going to set you guys up a little bit. The next is we're like, okay, we got to make this movie. We still have to do it on a budget. And, Lisa is an actor and an improvisational artist as well. So it's like, Lisa, you can play the mom. To play the kids, though, what are we going to do? And I said, well, your kids are, actors and also acrobats. They can do stunts. They can run and fall, and this would work out perfect. So that's what we decided to do. But what we planned to do was that we wanted to have Amy, who you'll meet, play the older sister,
Okay.
and then Maya, who you'll meet, play the younger sister. And at the time when we were writing this, Maya was about this tall. In the time it took for us to get production going and everything, and we go and look at Maya, all of a sudden she has sprouted into being this beautiful young woman with attitude. And and we're like, we can't have her be the little kid that so we actually wrote in the character of the friend, and it was nice to see that in a review, one of our first reviews that we got today, it talks about the incredible chemistry between Amy and Maya as being friends, and I'm obviously their sisters.
Yeah.
So let's introduce them right now. Here's Amy and Maya
Thank you.
Smith. Ta-da! Here they come.
Hello, Amy and Maya. Yes, absolutely fantastic, fantastic work. You guys
Yeah,
were
so-
incredible. Where's the little girl?
For them. My kids are somewhere else.
You guys both look so grown up. It's fantastic, man. Well,
Yeah.
so yeah, tell us a little bit about your experience and about the whole thing. Like, this is very exciting.
It was so fun being able to work with family and friends, and to have this look back on a few years down the line. It's incredible. They're great to work with, even though, working with family can get chaotic sometimes.
Excuse me.
It's great.
Excuse me.
It's great though.
Yeah, that's awesome. And getting to work as sisters together is really cool.
It was incredible. Yeah.
Have you guys ever done anything like that before, like acting wise or anything?
No.
First time?
We've done some school productions,
Yeah.
but nothing like this.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are
They
very.
had to live in the house that they were, or where were you sleeping? I forget.
They were sleeping with neighbors. I was in the house. It was a full.
Because
Well-
it's a hot set.
Yeah.
While it was being filmed, how many days were you guys filming? Like, how many days did you overtake the house?
It was about, we overtook the house for
Mhm.
about 14, 15, 16 days.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was tight. We had lots to do.
But it was a month of shootings. We had another house that we shot in as well.
Yes.
Yes.
For that house a month, that's fantastic. Well, both of you girls were fantastic in the movie.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially for being your your first thing like that together. I mean, it's very impressive. You should be very proud of
Thank you
yourselves.
so much.
Now, just so there's a continuity in the based on a true story,
Hmm.
Amy was the 6-month-old that was on the Queen Mary that has a haunting and has kind of had a haunting
That's
her
what,
whole life.
right. And so that's what Lisa was saying. Do you have some stories there that you'd like to share? Some experiences?
So because I was that young, I don't remember a ton, but I do remember around the age of 8, I did have a dream about the spirit that was attached to me. And all I can kind of remember was it was just like a warm feeling. Like, I mean, it was a past life, so I don't know him or anything, but
Right.
I had a very brief dream about him. And then ever since then, pretty much everything else has been normal, but
But when she was about 2, she was very verbal, and she would always talk about the man that would talk to her,
Wow.
and she would speak about him often. So it was that was interesting as a mom. I never fed her information about this,
Right.
but she would speak about it on her own as a little toddler. Which is interesting.
That's very
Or
interesting.
Stephen is not an evil entity. He's just someone who was like, "Hey, I know you."
Which is cool. Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very
The
interesting
other thing
experience.
I wanted you guys to talk about is the fact that there's a scene where they're fighting there's a fight scene that takes place, and actually we have them climb curtains and everything like that. Because why?
because we're both aerialists.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've been
cool.
doing it for almost
Almost 10
years now.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
So that was fun. A little choreography with a fight scene, and
It was a
some,
nice
It was
little
nice.
incorporation.
Yes, to get it in there.
that's
If
awesome.
we can't act, we can at least do that.
Well, you can do both. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, like any other interesting kind of stories or anything about working together or challenges that you don't share?
Well, I mean,
And Amy had a great scene. It was kind of a Dexter
Yes.
kill room scene,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting.
With all the bubble, it's the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
What they did was actually in our garage, they completely covered it with like
this
saran wrap and plastic and filled it entirely with foam. So I was
wow.
like covered almost up to my shoulders
Yeah,
in
the
foam.
entire garage.
And they were trying to work out, should someone pull me under? And what ended up happening was I just kind of like throw myself under the foam. And it was honestly a little bit scary because you can't really breathe under
No.
the
Yeah.
bubbles. But it was so cool to film that. And
That's
see the garage
awesome.
just covered.
How long did a shot like that take to set up and film? Is that a whole
Oh,
day?
Gosh.
That was all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely all
We
day.
shot it very late at night.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very cool.
The other interesting thing that happened when John and I were kind of rewriting Maya's character, because she grew up so fast and became the friend that was staying versus the younger sister, was my family found a picture of my grandmother, Maya's great grandmother, who looks identical to Maya.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
wow.
look for kind of an old photo that we pulled. I know my grandmother would love that she's in the film.
Oh,
and
that's
premiered
awesome.
This evening, although she's long gone.
Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting to kind of have that old timey photo that looks exactly like my daughter.
It's scary.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for it. And for those of
Yeah.
you guys that are here with us that are hanging out in the chat, let's watch and let's see who can find it first in the chat
Yeah.
while we're watching the film. It'll be
Okay.
fun.
All right, fantastic.
Ca-
Thank you, Amy and Maya. Yay!
Thank you, Amy and Maya. Thank you so much.
We can always bring someone back in if you have a question for them, or if anybody has a question they want to talk to them. They're just sitting out there partying. So
Okay,
no
fantastic. Yeah,
problem.
yeah. Let's let the audience know what's going on at your place today, just so we kind of get into
So-
that.
Yeah, so at our place, in this room, we're set up to chat with you and everything. And then in the other room, we have food, and there's and everybody's out there, and they're watching on the other screen, a big screen that's out there. Trying not to react too loudly so that they don't interrupt. So I'm just
Oh.
hearing, when someone comes in, I hear.
That's fantastic.
Anyway,
It's
so they're all enjoying this moment because this is a big thing, and a lot of them will be involved in the chat as you go through the movie, and you have a question or anything while the movie's going on, they can just call out and say,
cool. Ask
hey,
some
Jade,
questions.
and we keep talking about Jade, but Jade is the youngest daughter in the story, and as we wrote it, myself and Stephen and Lisa, was that attaches to and kind of connects to the most vulnerable, the most
Right.
vulnerable people, and innocent child, is always a tough one. And that goes all the way back to The Exorcist, but beyond that, that innocent child is always someone that you can manipulate.
Right.
So keep that in mind and when you talk to her, because she's not innocent at all. She is totally on her game and knows what she's doing and has a big head now because the reviewer just went on and on about how incredible of an actor she is. And we agree. So what I want to do is set up the fact that we have Jade Radigan here. And Jade is who we found when we discovered that Maya all of a sudden grew up and we needed someone. Now, the same thing has happened to Jade. When you see Jade walk in, you go, oh my gosh, because we shot this in 2018. It takes that long to get a movie out. We shot it, do festival circuits, then COVID, and then we go. So Jade was a perfect little actress for us. And I want her to talk about our production timeline, because our whole plan, because we have day jobs,
Right.
was let's shoot in the month of March. And we'll take a couple of weeks in March and we'll shoot then, and then we're got to go back to work, and we'll work in April, and then we'll come back in May, and we'll finish it up in May, and we'll finish shooting like that. So that was the plan. I'll let Jade talk about what happened after that, and then Lisa and I will harass them from behind. But I'd like to introduce you to the star of our movie, Jade Radigan.
Jade.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome. Fantastic.
And I'd like you to also meet Jade's mom, Carrie, who
Hi,
is
Carrie.
also an actor, and she also helped us out, bless you, with costuming, but she in her own right is a model and actress as well. So it comes from the whole family. It's all family.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you, ladies. Very. Congratulations on the film. Congratulations on excellent work. My God, I mean, you got to be proud of yourself. You're fantastic in this movie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So, you guys want to?
Happened when we shot in March and they were supposed to shoot in May, and tell everybody what happened in May.
I broke my leg.
Oh
I
no!
was cheering and I broke my leg. And as we were sitting in the ER, we were all freaking out. We were like, shoot, we have to call John. So my dad called him and he explained to him. It was so bad. I felt so bad.
When did you break your leg? In March?
Yeah, Jade. So who do they have call? Get Dad to call John.
Yes. Yes.
We're in the ER and Jade's like, we're 1 week from shooting.
Oh.
And actually John said, I need to call John. He needs to prepare. John and Lisa need to know. So yeah.
1 week out from shooting. Oh my God. So what happened then? What did you guys have to do? Did you postpone it? Did you kind of move the shooting schedule around, or?
Yes, they postponed it. Thank God. I'm so glad that I was still in it. But they postponed it till, I think, July.
We did talk about could she be limping around in a cast, and can you explain it somehow on the plot. But
just didn't sound too scary.
Didn't sound right.
Well, it was a wonderful choice to wait for you, because waiting for you was well worth it, and makes the film a much better. It definitely needed you in it, and it's fantastic for it. So they made the right decision.
Also, Jade was very aggressive when auditioning, because she would send videos of her being, tumbling, falling. What do you want from me? What do you want? Right?
Sure, we were in the backyard and I'm like, okay, do a back bend. Okay,
Nice.
how about a cartwheel?
So you were able to use some of your cheering skills and those types of things in the movie. Like, it was able to. That's very cool. Now, is this your first movie role? Have you done some other acting before?
Yes, this was my first big movie that I did. I always did like commercials and short films, but this was my first movie, which I was really excited about.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Any kind of what's the difference between, working on a short film and then working on, something this big?
Well, it's definitely longer, but you get closer to the people that you're surrounded by. So by the end of the film, we were all like family. We were all so close. We were laughing constantly. We played Uno. I played Uno with everyone. It was so fun. But yeah, there's a big difference because it's much longer filming time.
Right.
But it's so much more fun filming a movie than a short film.
And you come out with this amazing product when it's done. That's fantastic. Yes. As a young actress, is there any did you have any kind of preparing for your role? Was there anything you kind of did special, or any, to get ready for it, or were you kind of just ready to go?
I just went for it. I mean, I honestly loved filming it, but I just went for it. I hoped that I knew what to do, but I did. But I obviously prepared by like reading the script a lot.
Right. That's very
And
cool.
the review that we got was very kind, saying that she plays a cute little girl, but then when she switches, when she gets kind of possessed, which it's easy to see in the poster what happens, but that she switches and you buy it, you believe it. It's not just a cute little girl. She's not to be trifled with. So
Right.
that was quite a compliment
Yeah.
with the review.
Very good. And Mom, what was it like to do this whole process? You know, it's got to be tough as a parent, you know, through the whole thing, even though you're involved in the same type of work.
I mean, it was a great experience. I loved watching her during the whole process, but I just really proud, you know, she was prepared every day. She was excited. She had good energy, and of course, John and Lisa just made it really easy. Everybody on set was so kind and so sweet and so supportive. So it was a lot of fun.
We did a movie called Characters, and we needed to have a little girl run up to a guy in a costume character outfit and hug him, but run right into his crotch and hug him and rack him. And and Jay got the part. The point is, the point is that she got this little tiny bitty, teeny bitty role, but it caught my eye, it caught Lisa's eye, and we went, that she would be good for that. So for anybody out there who's like, you know, trying to get I mean, you can speak to this, Jade, but you just do a little role because you never know what's going to kind of happen.
For sure, definitely.
That's very cool.
So, Jade, we have won a couple of, it's been very nice. We've done the film festival circuit and we won some awards. And not only did we win some for best horror movie or best paranormal movie or whatever, they also have individual different awards that take place. And we have, there's one in Las Vegas that awards child actors and also best child actor, best director. They missed out on the best director part, but she did win. Jade won best child actor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yes. And not only that, but they provide you with a major award. And we want to present Jade right now with
this is exciting.
This is bigger than an Oscar. It's a major award.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Oh, congratulations. That is amazing. Your first feature film and you won an award.
No, it's not.
Congratulations.
Well,
Congratulations.
wait, this is so cool.
That is fantastic. Congrats. Well deserved and very fantastic. I'm really happy for you. And man, first film and look at you winning awards already.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, well, thank you, Jade. We just wanted to just tell you that we love you and we think you're fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for joining us.
So watch yourself for a little while. You can take your box and there's a nice letter and everything. That's very cool. Okay. So when we put the movie together, you know, we didn't know that we would be needing Jade, but we were so blessed that we found her. So that's great.
And
she is a creepy kid. When she gets creepy, she's creepy.
But you do make a really cool point when you talk about how how opportunities arise. I think a lot of times people think, you know, there's this direct path to success or something, but you never know. Yeah. It's like being open to try things and do things may lead to, you know, and working hard and you know, giving a good impression is
exactly.
Huge. Yeah.
And in that regard, I wanted to introduce you to a couple of other people. We have time.
Uh-huh.
One is a gentleman who's been a producer of every feature film that I've been in, and in this particular case, Ben, and you heard, I believe, Sally or Tracy mentioned Ben. We were again struggling with budget and things like that, and Ben has always been the producer, but in this particular case, you know, we said DP, right? DP, that's one. Yeah, DP. So he was the director of photography. He has his own production company and he does all his own things. So we actually, you know, put him in the seat for this. But he has been a part of Scare Zone and the Visitant and the characters movie, all of these movies with us. So I'd like you to meet Ben, and then who played the role of DP for Revisitant. Then I'm going to have you meet the producer.
Sounds fun.
So Ben, if you will, just come in here to the center seat. Ben Cupper.
Hello, Ben. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. First thing, I just want to say thank you, John, because it's the first time he's ever called me a gentleman. So that was awesome.
I was talking about Patty.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that's a very
As you
nice
can tell, we're a big family here.
Let me have my line.
Yeah, having a little wine in the background. Yeah, that's what's so cool about, filmmaking's so much fun. I'm an independent filmmaker too, but man, that family vibe of like working with people that you really like to be around and create a cool environment. You guys look like you have something really, really awesome and special out there.
Well, I don't want to say, but we go back a long, long time.
You and John?
So when we made our first movie, Scare Zone, it was, hey, I don't know, what do we do? I don't know, let's make a movie. And it was so much fun. We had such a blast doing it that we just couldn't stop. So about every 3 years, John, I guess, maybe, about every 3 years, we've made another movie. So I think we're actually on track to break our record because we've got another one in the pocket now.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. But yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And so you DP'd this movie.
I did.
And then, so did you did, I know you kind of said, but I missed, but Scare Zone as well? You worked as a...
No.
Okay.
No, Scare Zone, I acted as producer and
right.
brought in a DP. Mike Gluckman, who is another family friend too. So, yeah.
What do you prefer? Like, do you prefer DP producing?
It's all fun. It's when you're working with a small group and you're working together all the time with the same group, half the time I'm directing and John's back there drinking wine. So,
We won't tell him that you said that. Oh,
The most interesting thing, let me join this conversation, Ben.
hop on in
I'll
here.
keep my mask on, Ben. The most interesting thing is that Ben and I go way back,
Right.
And we're two old men, and we might as well be married because the way we talk to each other on set, and which is a little disconcerting for new people because you see the DP is there and the director comes up and goes, I think we should shoot it this way, and the DP goes, "Oh, you do? Well, that's stupid." No, he doesn't say that. But and we are going back and forth, and a new actor's like, "What's going on? Why
about
are
to get
these
shut
people
down."
talking to each other like they're husband and wife?" So, so that's how we get along.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe, and it's exciting because everybody goes, "Hey, cool! The director and the DP, they're not going to yell at me because they're yelling at each other." Yay!
It's the two old men from the Muppets in the balcony. That's the vibe.
Exactly.
That's all right.
Exactly.
And in that regard, my first, and I know you have directors on and everything, much younger and very, very talented. The first movie when we did Scare Zone, I had just turned 50 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I gotta hurry up and do a feature film, or I'm not gonna get a chance to do it. So what we did was, we did it, because it was like a bucket list thing. And then I found out, hey, I really like this. So, for us, we are newbies coming into it much later in life.
That's really cool.
Who's out there who's doing shorts or whatever, and they're like, when am I going to do my first feature? Well, wait till you're 50. Okay, there.
That's so cool though that you did get started doing that, later in life, and it does give you the opportunity to kind of bring a different perspective to it too. Because when you're young, you less life experience and different things. It's very cool, that you guys got started in the feature film business at that stage.
Well, I'll tell you 3 things about this movie that were difficult or different to shoot. The first is that we had to make a decision whether to shoot day for night or night for night. Night for night means, of course, working from sunset to sunrise, which totally disrupts your schedule, your body schedule. And we're dealing with younger actors on this film. So we made the decision to shoot day for night rather than night for night, which means our very, very small crew spent the latter part of the most part of, I don't know how long it was, John, but we visqueen wrapped the entire house.
Looked like we had termites.
And in fact, we did it twice. We did it for the Visitant and we did it for the Revisitant. And since we were sort of shooting guerrilla, that is kind of what John said, I believe, to some of his neighbors, that we were tenting the house for termites. So,
Did the neighbors give you any
a little
grief?
interesting.
The neighbors were cool with it?
The other challenges were shooting on location versus a studio. We shot Scare Zone on the most elaborate set that a small, no-budget film could shoot on. I mean, it was a multi-million-dollar set that we had access to that was perfect for our needs. For both for Visitant and Revisitant, we shot inside of people's homes, which is all that's attendant to. Low ceilings,
Right.
uncontrollable light from windows, smaller rooms, no way to break apart walls and, and move things. You had to shoot with what you were dealt with.
Right.
So that was a challenge. And the third part was, I want to comment on something that Amy said about how the bubble scene went. And remember, it's kind of like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, right? Ginger Rogers is as good, but she's dancing backwards in high heels.
Right.
I had a camera on my shoulder. Amy was just in the room. I was in the room with a camera on my shoulder with a guy holding onto my belt.
Right.
Because we've got a room full of bubbles and we're slipping and sliding around.
But that's the best you ever smelled.
Yeah, thanks.
And you avoided any. You didn't fall or get hurt or anything, which is good, right?
No, it's all good. My
But-
back hurt at the end of that shoot, but
That's because we're old, man.
that's right, John.
All right.
John,
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Ben. Very nice meeting you. Congratulations.
Okay.
John, I have
Yep.
just wanted to say a
Go ahead.
couple quick comments and a question that we had just to
Oh,
share.
yeah. Okay.
Go Gigi Go says, John and Ben, you're not older, you're better. And
Oh,
we have a Laura Bell that said congratulations on the filmmaking. And I also there was another guy that asked if if we were going to explore the ghost more in Revisitant. If we were going to get to explore.
well, stick around. You will see absolutely. One of the big criticisms was they're like, what is the ghost? I mean, yes, there was this thing that was, trying to pose it as a poser, but what is this thing? So we absolutely go into depth with that. And it really takes what Lisa was talking about. It's a group of people instead of one solo person going, it's a group of people that are like, let's try to solve this situation and deal with this. And in doing so, they use the tools that they have to be able to research and find out what's going on.
And I do want to say one thing before I forget, because I wanted to say it to you last time I spoke to you. In Visitant, that scene, and I don't want to spoil, I guess, if no one's seen it, but the scene, like kind of like when we realize what's really going on, gotta love that scene. It's so cool. Like with the name and the whole thing, like that's what I'm speaking about. Like
It's all a spelling error.
it's fantastic, man.
We laughed because we're like, if we were trying to pitch this to Netflix or something, and they go, okay, well, what's the climax? Well, the ghost misspells the name. I'm like, how do you sell that?
It works so well, though. It really, really does.
But it's like, and then he throws, he throws an air container into the shark's mouth and shoots it and he blows up. I mean, if you really pitch that, it sounds so silly. But when you watch Jaws, you go, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was the same kind of thing. It was like, well, you're gonna have to just see it too.
And the actress, like the whole moment of it, like it happened. She so wants it to be, that, and so even as obvious as a thing is to her, that beat that it gets for her to realize it is just perfect. Like the whole thing is
and that
fantastic.
was pulled directly from real life because I was on the altar and they go, "You're now married," and I went, "You're not sure." Sorry, that's for my wife. So if you don't mind, I'm going to introduce to you
Please.
now someone who is a newbie producer for this and a single producer for this movie because she did such a great job with the Visitant and also characters. Thankless job. She had to wrangle lots of extras and characters and deal with food service and things like that. And a lot of times handle the food service herself because the most important thing about making a movie is
Feeding everybody. Yeah.
that and parking. Anyway, so I'd like to introduce you to who's also in the movie, and she plays Miss Patty, and it's really easy because her name is Patty.
Perfect.
We would like to have Patty Bender come join us right now. Here she is, Miss Patty.
Hello, Patty.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Congratulations on this project and you guys pulling this together. It's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So you want to tell us how hard is John to work with?
He's not hard at all. Really, these guys are the best. I think John and I are our thing is that I'm an actor, I'm a director in my own right for theater. And a lot of times I'll see something that I think maybe he didn't see, and maybe I should share this insight with him.
Right.
So that's our little thing that we play with. But all in all, they're great to work with, and I'm very thankful. I've been with them a long time. You know,
That's
I'm as
so
old
cool.
as, in fact, I'm older than he is. So
What?
yes, believe it or not.
Yeah, so we're very, collaborative. Patty will come in and go, I really think she should blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, I think she should blah, 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 blah. And they go, wow, what great direction. I'm like, thank you.
No, that's fantastic.
It's okay, directors. It's all right to get some input from people. In fact, the next movie we do, Lisa and I are going to co-direct. So
Are you really?
All good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think that, some directors, it's a little hard sometimes to take advice because they're in the moment, and some people think that it has to be, but man, you sure can get great stuff from, the suggestions here and there that really polish the
I
product.
never take advice from Ben, but other than that, it's all good.
Oh, that's fantastic. We had a couple more people saying hi. We had a James Michael Roddy saying hi. Peg O'Keefe, Catherine Kraft is back saying hi again. So yeah, just wanted to say hi to you guys. Yeah, that's cool. So do you want to share a little bit of your experience on this film, like as far as challenges for producing and then playing a small part?
Oh, okay. The cat. Miss Patty loves cats, and she has a cat, and the cat is actually John's cat.
Okay.
And John's cat does not like me.
Oh,
Especially
no.
because every time I had her, something terrible would be happening. There's lamps whizzing by or loud sounds. So the cat, every time I come to pick it up, like, oh, what's going to happen next? So I do have some scars. I have some lifetime memories of this film.
However, the cat was never harmed.
No, the cat was there. I bled.
As long as the cat was safe, as long as John's cat was taken care of.
We had a trainer with the cat, so the cat had better care than Patty.
No, it was very, very fun. I would like to say something, though, about the Visitant.
Yeah.
Because I worked on the Visitant in a bunch of different capacities. But one of them was to help make sure the props would make it to set on time. So our prop table was in the garage behind John's house. And there were a lot of weird things that would happen during that time. But one time I was going into the garage, and Gary Dean, another guy on crew, was coming around from the other side. We go to that prop table, and it is shaking so hard, every prop is rattling.
Oh,
and we're like, oh, and then, we just looked at each other, and it went, and just stopped.
Oh, geez.
So there were.
Okay, so we pissed something off.
Yeah.
There were some little creepy moments while filming.
Creepy.
Well, actually, before we shot Revisitant in my house, things kind of went a little crazy, and we realized we had done a script reading there, and there's a lot of drama, and we were practicing lines at home, and we kind of had to tell whatever was in the house, like, this is a movie, this is for fun, we're not being harmed,
Right.
Please calm down, and everything did kind of calm down, but things do arise. It's strange.
Yeah.
Very
You believe
interesting.
it. I believe it. It
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, very
It
interesting. Man. Great stories.
Just remember, before she was producer, she had to work out of a garage.
Everybody does everything on a Renaissance production.
That's right. Well, Mike,
Yeah, that's
all hands on deck.
That's how it
And
goes.
it's fun.
It is fun. You learn so much too, and you also kind of learn sometimes that you might like something you didn't think you did, and you're good at something that maybe there's a great experiences about working on independent films and lower budget stuff where you can really kind of dip into different things and learn different things.
My opinion. Go ahead, Patty.
Well, I just love the low tech magic that John makes happen because he has no money to use high tech magic, and like the moving letters on the Scrabble tape floor, amazing how that worked. That haunted dresser, oh my gosh, the way he made that work with no money and lots of hands on deck,
Right.
turned out great.
It did turn out great. That's
Yeah,
fit.
it's fun to try to figure out how to do something. How are we going to be able to do something like that?
Oh, and one more thing that I thought was really fun was the green screen shoot with the bugs. We had lethal looking things. You'll see them. They're very scary bugs. And that was a very exciting couple hours in the green screen. And a few critters almost escaped. None were harmed, but I almost had a heart attack.
What was scarier, John's cat or the bugs?
The bugs were scary.
We had venomous centipedes from Thailand.
Oh my
and they are
goodness.
venomous,
And they're long, they're big.
and they're big.
They're
and
terrifying.
they were very happy and excited that day.
Oh yeah, they were good eaters. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay.
yes, well, thank you very much.
Thank you
Patty.
so
Very
much,
welcome.
Patty.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
By the way, I just wanted to say that Patty Bender is the choreographer of Menopause the Musical, which some people may know because it is very popular. It's in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. It's all over the
Oh,
world.
that's fantastic.
And it's been a huge success.
I've-
She's worked with Renaissance for, many years. Does she get a great success with Renaissance? No, she goes and does Menopause the Musical. Okay.
I see that poster.
Yeah, it's in
We are
Vegas.
in Vegas. We see that all over. That's good.
It'll be back. It reopens it at Harris.
It reopens at Harris as soon as all this gets over with.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
We got a couple of minutes
Yep.
left, so I'll follow your lead. What would you like to do? We do have the bug wrangler available if you'd like to talk to her.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple. If you want to bring her in for a couple minutes, that's fine. And then we'll, as long as
Okay.
just to the
Come on,
audience.
talk bugs.
Yeah, come on in. I'll tell them.
Okay, this is Alexa, and we had to change our Alexa devices because every time we yell at her, they go off.
Yeah, there can be only one.
There can be only one Alexa, and there should be. So, Alexa, you're the bug wrangler.
Yeah, tell them your background with them.
Yes, I actually I started in entertainment work with animals. I got my degree at UF in animal science, and then kind of moved on to Universal Studios, where they have the Animal Actors on Location show. So started there, working at that show as an animal trainer. And I actually moved on to work at SeaWorld in their animal care department with dolphins and sea lions, manatees, all the fun things like that. So when I came here and we were doing this movie and we were looking for a critter wrangler, I'm like, I can do it. So the company I worked for, the one that does the shows at Universal, actually does a lot of film and TV animal training. So I had experience before because we worked on Beethoven 3 and Ace Ventura 3,
all the threes.
sequels.
That's awesome. How are those critters in this film? Challenged?
They're fast.
They are ridiculously fast. And when we were in pre-production, I said to John, I'm like, now, are you sure you really want these actual centipedes? Because they're Vietnamese giant centipedes, which are extremely venomous.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
extremely venomous and they're extremely fast.
And they're good eaters.
So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
got to be
so
a challenge to
we
keep that
also-
safe.
We got to
That's
strangle the cat as well.
Yes.
So she would get the cat who was doing fabulously, by the way, and handle her. Kept her calm and happy and everything, and until Patty got a hold of the cat.
Yeah. So cat training is a little bit tough because, as you know, you can't force cats to do anything they don't want to
cats
do.
do what they want to do. Yeah.
Let her roll. Keep her rolling.
Yeah, so the cat, I would just kind of cuddle her and then hand her over and be like, but we actually have 2 dogs in the film as well, which are Lisa's dogs.
Yes.
And what was really cool about that is we did some training with them as well, and some film dog training that we use, which is different than you would use in your home life. But her dogs did amazing with it, and so we have dogs, cats, and centipedes and cockroaches.
That's amazing.
So the dogs in this part of Lisa's story was the dog would go up to an empty chair and just start staring at the chair like someone was sitting in it.
Or bring a toy or a ball to the chair and drop it.
And I
at
was
the
like,
empty
oh,
chair.
that's
wow.
amazing. How can we do that? And really, to Alexa's credit, she trained the dogs to be able to do that. Or there was a ghost in the chair.
Or those are ghosts.
I think it was Alexa, but
So that's easy for us to do. You can afford them.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you, Alexa. Yay!
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you so much.
Roll in fast, and I'll introduce them real quick. Since we'll cover everybody. We're gonna get Gary Dean in here. Gary Dean was a guy who was a associate producer on the movie, and he was in charge of the crew that had to visqueen everything. So
Okay.
Visqueen Dean. Yeah, keep it on. That's fine. Gary's just gonna come in here, say hi, and tell everybody how great I am. Go.
Thanks. Nice to join you.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining us. You forgot to say how great John was, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, John's great.
Okay, good. Is he still here?
Once he steps out.
So visqueen, and then what did we get to do on the last movie that we did? Visqueen and water and
Right. It's always something interesting. If it wasn't the Visqueen, which was very interesting because people wanted to know why all the windows were
Yeah.
in a neighborhood. This one we stood in water with hoses in our hands for about 10 hours.
but you're not bitter, and that's good.
No, I'm good.
All right, good.
I'm
All
good.
right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
some neighbors of John's, when we were doing the Visitant, because of the Visqueen that Gary put in so well, thought that there was maybe an adult film being made.
There was a crew that just blew this one section of sidewalk for about an hour and a half. About 10 feet of sidewalk, just wanting to see some actors
Oh, wow.
walking.
Yeah, so there's a lot of landscaping crew that's like sticking around because they want to see what's going on. We're like, get out of here! We're trying to do a movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, thank you,
Very
Gary.
cool.
Loved it.
Thank you
did I
so
say
much.
John's really great.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
no,
you.
All right, Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We've got.
we'll wrap this up with you.
Yeah.
We just wanted to share. We're always excited because it is a family, and we have them out there, and let everybody, get acknowledged for the hard work that they do.
It's very
And
cool
we
that you guys
are
do
rolling
that.
right into something else too. So.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. You guys seem like fantastic people to work for, and you've created something really special. And your films
Well, I hope it shows up in
represent
the
that.
film. I hope you
It
see
does.
the camaraderie and a lot of this is about someone with a unique situation and how to deal with it. And in some cases, there's comedy, but a lot of the comedy stems from the fact that how do you deal with something like
Yeah.
that? It's so odd.
It
Yeah.
seems like you're constantly struggling with, is this really happening or not? And that does lead to, in real life, to a lot of comedic moments, even
Yeah.
when you should be freaked out.
Yeah, a little
You
uncomfortable
can
humor.
kind of compartmentalize those moments and go, did that really just happen? Okay,
Right.
moving on.
Exactly.
So comedy actually is a natural reaction to having paranormal experiences, I've found.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Even traumatic experiences, like it's a way of dealing with, something you're a little uncomfortable with. Yeah.
And in this case, we get this community of women who handle it different from men. Their whole attack of it is different. The way that they kind of come together to not be victimized, that's kind of powerful, I think.
Yeah.
But not giving anything away.
Without giving anything away. Well, we are 2 minutes away from the launch of Revisitant. Yes. Thank you guys so much for letting us premiere it on our channel. Congratulations. This is fantastic. You guys are fantastic, and I love chatting with you guys, and I hope to chat with you again soon. But
Hi.
to everybody watching, you're
We're
welcome.
going to go
Thank you.
in the other room with everybody else, and I'm going to get my wine, and we'll watch.
All right, yeah,
and we'll
go
be
on.
there live chatting. So if you have any questions, hit us.
So to
Okay.
the audience, everybody, they will be in the live chat with us, and the cast and crew will be around in that live chat. So if you have questions, ask them. They'll be there enjoying this film with us. If you're watching this right now, when this ends, it'll take you right to the premiere of Revisitant.
So they don't have to leave. They can just.
You don't have to leave. It is in North America only. If you're watching from somewhere else, unfortunately, but it'll be showing up for you soon. So
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
take care.